So today I'm going to be walking you through a tutorial about how to do sound design using a virtual analog synthesizer. I'm going to go here to the oscillators section. So shape 1 is going to be oscillator 1. And as I go up, it's triangle, sawtooth, and square. And this one is going between saw and square pulse width modulation, meaning it's basically kind of sliding this little line here. And it's giving you that modulation. You can adjust the tune of just shape 2. Chorusing effect. Okay, now the sub, let's just listen to that. That's a square wave, is based on an octave below oscillator 1. So if you want to thicken up the sound, you can bring in your sub. Noise, which is just white noise, just gets added to your signal. So Ring Mod basically uses the tuning of oscillator 2. That's kind of similar to like FM synthesis, where that tuning is interacting with the first shape. So that's kind of a cool effect you can get. Feedback is basically, it's kind of like overdrive. Adds more of the signal, kind of thickens up your signal to this filter here. Right now, we've been listening to it with the filter fully open. So this is a low pass filter, just the sawtooth. And then 24, it cuts out much more quickly. The resonance on your filter, it's akin to moving the Q in your EQ, which is going to give you a whole lot of that frequency that's getting boosted. And as you sweep the frequencies, you're going to hear that resonance moving. And it can get real extreme as you increase. So this gives you the option to like have white, maybe brown noise. Now we're going to go into LFO. So you can modulate different things with each of these two LFOs. Vibrato is going to control pitch with the oscillator. Pulse width. The LFO has a particular shape to it. You can have it sine, all of these different shapes. Random hold. Now we have this section called the matrix, which is adding more complexity to the stuff that you want to do. This is making this a lot more modular. It's sort of like if you have a modular synthesizers and you have these little physical outputs and you're plugging cables in. This is kind of like allowing you to do that. Oscillator, FM synthesis, and filter sound slightly different. So let's take a listen to that. I'm going to do this with mod wheel. You can hear what it's doing is almost in a way, it's kind of like vibrato, affecting how much vibrato is being added, but using audible frequency rates so that you can get way above an LFO. Get these more odd sounds. I find that FM synthesis sounds a lot more pronounced when you're in a square wave. Okay, so next, now we have what are called envelopes. So the first envelope is already set to what's called VCA. That's the voltage controlled amplifier. The amplifier is the actual amount of volume you're hearing out of this. So as I increase the attack, the note more slowly reaches its maximum. So having higher release and higher attack settings is going to give you better pads. I just sort of held that down for a very short period of time. And short attack is going to be better for like plucky sorts of sounds. You just have your sustain all the way down and just have your decay be the time at which it reaches that. Really, really blippy here. So you can set your velocity to adjust the amount of this. So this is basically like, so that's basically giving it a more natural, as you attack, you get more volume. I'm going to use it using LFO 1. So this is set to 16th notes. It'll time to your LFO if you want to sync it to 16th notes. Envelope 2 is what you want to set it to. Source 2 here in the oscillator section is set to envelope 2, and that would be affecting mod 2. So that's pitch, these two T mod sources. So in order to hear the release, I have to actually have the amp set attack to give us that initial rise in pitch. Then using the decay as my reduction in pitch time to get to this sustain frequency, and then the release time that we have set is how it's going back to its original pitch. Filter mod, we can have filter mod as we turn it up set to ADSR 2. So now it's using this ADSR envelope to control the filter cutoff. So you're getting not only, you know, your envelope going through the amplifier, but the envelope for your frequency cutoff as well, because it's based off after a Juno style synthesizer, has a chorus feature. And as you notice, it went from being in mono to now in stereo. So as I increase the wetness, you're getting more stereo spread. It's got a couple of different basic settings here. Classic. This is your rate knob here. This is your depth. Anyways, so that's our virtual analog synthesizer tutorial. I know I didn't really get any complex sounds out of this, but I just wanted you to kind of get an understanding of how this stuff works. If you like this video, like and subscribe to get more content from me. I'll be doing more about sound design, sound editing, mixing, recording content, all of that stuff. So thanks again. Bye.